The sky fractured like a dark wound above Earth. At first, it was just a ripple, a flicker of movement across the stars. Then the ripples grew, forming massive triangular shadows that swallowed the sun in silent menace. Cities froze in awe and terror. Cars halted mid-street. Helicopters hovered, their blades chopping the tension-thick air. Even satellites, normally invisible sentinels in the night sky, twinkled erratically as if sensing the foreign presence. No sound, no message, only the quiet hum of energy fields distorting the atmosphere, painting the clouds in ominous purple. Streaks. People on the streets pointed, phones raised, eyes wide as massive vessels, alien, impossible, colossal, hovered in perfect formation. They seemed alive, each ship pulsating with light that shifted like a heartbeat, their edges sharp, unnatural. At the Pentagon, alarms screamed, red lights flashing across every surface. Generals barked orders, but the words barely reached the young officers pressed against consoles, eyes glued to glowing radar screens. "They're calculating something," Dr. Elena Torres whispered, staring at the signals decoded from the alien. Broadcasts. Patterns flickered like ancient codes, impossible for ordinary humans to read, but she could feel the message behind them. Observation, strategy, and patience. "Do they mean to attack?" a junior officer asked, voice tight. Elena didn't answer. She couldn't. She felt the weight of billions of lives on her shoulders and the electric hum of anticipation in the air. Humanity had faced threats before, natural disasters, wars, but this was different. The enemy was not human, not predictable. It was something that thought in ways no human mind could fathom. On the ground, Captain Marcus Ryland stood, atop a high-rise in New York City, binoculars trained on one of the closest ships. Its hull shimmered in impossible colors, not just reflecting sunlight, but bending it, refracting it in dizzying patterns. The closer he looked, the more he felt a creeping chill, as though the air itself had thickened around him. His team of elite responders gathered behind him, silent and tense, the low hum of their weapons the only sound. "They're enormous," one of his soldiers breathed. "How do we even fight that?" Marcus didn't answer immediately. His mind raced. Through every defense scenario he had drilled in simulation rooms for years. Nothing prepares you for the unknown. He clenched his jaw and stepped closer to the edge. "We fight because we have to. Because if we don't, no one survives." Down below, panic rippled through the streets. People screamed as the ship's energy fields danced over the city. Electronics flickered, traffic lights went haywire, and screens in shop windows displayed scrambled patterns that some called messages. A child pointed at the sky and whispered, "They're watching us." Marcus caught the words and shivered, not from fear, but recognition. They were. Across the Atlantic, similar scenes unfolded. Tokyo, London, Rio de Janeiro, the alien presence was global, precise, and silent. Humanity was under observation, measured and calculated, as though every heartbeat, every movement, every flicker of thought mattered to the beings above. In a secret lab beneath the Nevada desert, Elena's team worked frantically to interpret the alien signals. Holographic projections of the vessels rotated in the dim, cold light. The ships were symmetrical, geometric, perfect. But something about them felt wrong. They didn't move like objects. They moved like predators. "Captain Ryland, we need you in the command center," Elena said through a secure line. "I think they're probing us, testing our responses. Every choice we make, every panic or hesitation, it feeds them information." Marcus inhaled, glancing back at the looming shadows in the sky. He could feel the weight of Earth pressing. Down on him, a fragile sphere caught in the gaze of beings who might decide its fate in a heartbeat. "Understood," he said. "We're ready. Whatever comes next, we don't give up." Above the world, The ships remained motionless, almost contemplative. And then, without warning, a pulse of light shot from one of the vessels toward the horizon. The sky lit up as if the sun itself had fractured, casting long, unnatural shadows across forests, cities, and oceans. Humanity held its breath. The battle had not yet begun, but the war for survival had already started. The pulse of light from the alien ship had barely faded when the world erupted. Pods, sleek and metallic, plunged from orbit like falling stars, but these stars carried death. They pierced the clouds and slammed into city streets, tearing through asphalt and concrete, leaving gaping craters smoking and burning. Panic swept through the populace like wildfire. In New York City, Marcus Ryland's squad was already on the move. Sirens blared, horns honked, and people ran blindly through the chaos, colliding with each other in fear. Above them, alien pods hovered briefly before deploying swarms of smaller drones, darting like predatory birds. The drones scanned the streets, emitting high-pitched hums that seemed to penetrate the mind, disorienting anyone who lingered too long. Marcus shouted orders. "Move civilians to the tunnels! Cover the streets!" His team split, weaving through debris and abandoned vehicles, firing plasma-based rifles at drones that moved faster than human eyes could track. The first wave of pods detonated upon impact in lower Manhattan. Explosions lit the sky in violet flashes, sending shards of glass raining down like deadly confetti. Helicopters tried to respond, weaving between fireballs, but alien energy beams cut swaths through the air. Even fighter jets seemed helpless against the precision and speed of the invaders. Meanwhile, Dr. Elena Torres monitored the signals in real time, her fingers flying across holographic controls. "They're scanning us," she said, voice tight with urgency. "Every move we make, they're calculating weaknesses, human reflexes, command structures, even communication patterns. We're being mapped. Like an experiment." Marcus ducked behind a crumbling wall as a drone zipped past, glowing with an eerie blue light. He realized that this wasn't just an attack, it was a test. Every choice humans made, every burst of panic, every tactical decision was feeding the alien intelligence. "Captain!" a soldier shouted, dragging a civilian into cover. "We can't hold them, they're everywhere." Marcus's jaw clenched. "Then we fight smarter. Don't just react, predict, outthink them. Remember what they can't measure, human, unpredictability." Elena's voice crackled over the comm. "Marcus, there's a sector downtown that's unstable. If we can draw them there, maybe we can create a trap." She hesitated, scanning the alien formations. "It's risky, but it's our best shot." Marcus nodded, a grim determination settling over him. "Do it. Everyone follow my lead. We don't survive by hiding. We survive by striking where they least expect it." The team moved like shadows, slipping between fires and collapsing buildings. The streets were a hellscape. Cars mangled, smoke rising in thick black clouds. Alien drones hovering above like silent predators. Citizens huddled in doorways, faces pale, eyes wide with terror. Marcus shouted reassurances even as the reality pressed in. Survival was uncertain, and the aliens were calculating every step. Then, in the distance, a massive pod descended onto the skyline. Unlike the smaller drones, this one was a behemoth, its surface glowing with intricate patterns that seemed to shift and pulse. Energy beams shot from its sides, leveling streets in seconds. Marcus realized that this was not just a strike, it was a show of power, a warning. Elena's voice broke through his focus. "Marcus! The pods are linked. They coordinate like a hive. Take one down, and the others adapt instantly. We need to disrupt the network, sever their command nodes." Marcus's mind raced. "We split. Half with me to distract, half with you to hack the control signal. Timing is everything." Explosions shook the streets as they executed the plan. Marcus's team engaged drones head-on, drawing fire while civilians scrambled for safety. Above, beams of alien energy carved deadly arcs across the sky. Marcus dodged a strike that vaporized a nearby car, feeling the heat wash over him. Elena worked feverishly, fingers dancing over holographic consoles. The energy hum of alien drones pulsed in her ears. Then, success. One by one, the drones faltered, their lights flickering as control was disrupted. A pulse of human ingenuity had pierced the alien coordination, if only briefly. As the first dawn light broke through the smoke and ash, the aliens hovered, analyzing, calculating again. Humanity had survived the first strike, but barely. Cities were scarred, lives shattered, and the enemy remained far from defeated. Marcus surveyed the devastation. We held them, for now, but they're learning. Every second counts. Every choice matters. We fight not just with weapons, but with our minds and our courage. The first light of dawn revealed a world scarred by alien strikes. Cities smoldered, streets were jagged craters, and the hum of alien drones lingered like a ghostly echo. Humanity had survived the opening salvo, but the question remained. For how long? In a concealed facility beneath the Nevada desert, Dr. Elena Torres paced the command room. The walls hummed with energy from secret projects long classified, weapons and technologies humanity had never revealed. Here, Earth had a hidden arsenal, artifacts of ingenuity and desperation, designed not for diplomacy, but for survival against the impossible. Marcus, you need to see this, Elena said, leading him past reinforced doors that hissed open to reveal a cavern of humanity's hidden might. Ships shaped like sleek predators rested in stasis fields. Railguns, plasma cannons, and orbital interceptors lined the walls like silent guardians. In one corner, a prototype mech stood, its armor glinting, its cockpit alive with dormant AI systems waiting for human commands. Marcus's jaw tightened. We've been hiding this all along, Elena nodded. Earth was underestimated. We've learned from history, others have invaded and we've survived. But no one was ready for this scale of threat. Until now. Outside, the alien vessels hovered, scanning, probing, calculating. Humanity's survival depended on stealth, strategy, and timing. The hidden arsenal was powerful, but deploying it was a gamble. If the aliens anticipated it, Earth could be destroyed in minutes. Marcus turned to his squad. This is our chance. Not just to survive, but to strike back. We fight smart, coordinated, human ingenuity against alien precision. We've seen their strength. Now it's time they see ours. Elena activated a holographic map showing the positions of alien pods and drones. They're probing major population centers, trying to map human responses. If we create controlled diversions, we can draw them into traps where our weapons have maximum effect. A low rumble shook the facility. Sensors screamed. Outside, one of the alien pods had descended over a nearby city, its surface rippling like liquid metal. Energy beams shot outward, tearing through concrete, igniting fires. In quick bursts, Marcus gritted his teeth. Time to test the arsenal. The first human weapon deployed was subtle. A swarm of micro-drones, small and nearly invisible, carrying electromagnetic pulses. They slipped past alien sensors and struck a control node on the pod, disrupting its hive link. The alien vessel shuddered, its coordinated drones momentarily confused, flashing erratically in the sky. Marcus led a strike team in modified exosuits equipped with enhanced agility and reflex boosters. They moved like shadows across the ruined cityscape, dodging beams, pulling civilians to safety, and planting tactical charges. Explosions ripped through the streets, sending alien drones spinning out of formation. The team's strategy relied on one principle: unpredictability. Humans could improvise in ways aliens couldn't fully calculate. Elena monitored the operation, her voice calm but urgent over comms. They're adapting. Every move you make, they learn faster. Keep the diversions up. Focus their attention here, while our primary arsenal positions itself for the counterstrike. Then it happened. A massive alien pod, previously stationary above the horizon, suddenly descended into a valley, its energy shields glowing violet. Marcus realized it was bait, designed to lure human forces into a kill zone. He clenched his jaw. We anticipated this. Fall back to secondary positions. Use the valley to funnel them. The humans retreated strategically, drawing the alien pod into a narrow canyon. There, Earth's hidden arsenal unleashed its fury. Railguns fired, tearing through the alien shields, while orbital lasers illuminated the sky in searing white arcs. The pod shuddered under the combined assault, sparks and energy tendrils cascading across its hull. For the first time, humanity saw the aliens falter, not destroyed, never destroyed, but shaken. Their drones scattered, attempting to regroup. But human adaptability and audacity kept the pressure relentless. Marcus's team moved with precision, exploiting every opening, every hesitation. As night fell, the city below lay in ruin. But humanity had struck a message. Earth was not defenseless. The aliens were calculating again, their pulse slow and measured, as if realizing that Earthlings were more than just prey. They were a force unpredictable, relentless, and clever. Marcus looked at Elena, sweat and grime streaking their faces. "They think they're the hunters," he said quietly. "But we're not just fighting to survive. We're fighting to show them that humans don't give up. We adapt. We overcome. We endure." Above the ruins, alien vessels hovered silently, recalculating strategies. Humanity had survived another day, but the war was far from over, and the true battle for Earth's future had only just begun. The calm after the initial clash was deceptive. Humanity's hidden arsenal had proven its worth, but the aliens were far from beaten. Far above Earth, in the void of space, alien commanders observed the destruction with cold precision. Every strategy humans deployed, every trick had been noted, analyzed, and logged. They adapted faster than anyone could have anticipated. Marcus and his squad returned to the command facility, exhausted but defiant. Smoke still curled from cities below, fires casting eerie shadows on their determined faces. Yet even in that moment of small victory, a new dread settled over them. The alien response. Dr. Elena Torres studied the latest data streaming across her console. They're retaliating, and they're bringing something massive. Before anyone could ask, the sky itself seemed to split open. A shadow eclipsed the sun as a colossal alien ship descended through the atmosphere. Its hull shimmered like liquid night, reflecting the burning cities below. The ground trembled with its arrival. This wasn't a pod or a swarm. It was a command vessel, the size of a small mountain, bristling with weapons that crackled with violet energy. Marcus clenched his fists. This is what they were holding back. Everyone, get to positions. This is the real battle. The alien ship unleashed a wave of drones, faster, more aggressive, more precise than before. They tore through human defenses, shrugging off EMP pulses and plasma blasts that had crippled the first wave. Entire blocks of the city vanished in seconds. Civilians screamed, ducking for cover, as Marcus and his squad weaved between collapsing buildings, returning fire where they could. Elena's voice cut through the chaos. "They've adapted to our tactics. The micro-drones useless, the railguns barely scratching their shields. We need a new approach, a human approach." Marcus understood immediately. The aliens relied on predictability and pattern recognition. Humans didn't follow patterns. They improvised. He barked orders. Decentralize. Move in unpredictable. Patterns! Use every shadow, every alley, every building. Make them guess. Make them hesitate. The team split, disappearing into the urban labyrinth. Marcus sprinted across a crumbling bridge as energy beams lanced the air around him. The alien drones were relentless, but human ingenuity shone in small, deadly ways, collapsing scaffolding to crush swarms, triggering chemical explosions to blind sensors, and using mirrors and light to confuse tracking systems. Even as the aliens adapted to these tactics, humans continued to surprise them. Marcus realized that the greatest weapon wasn't technology. It was creativity under pressure, courage under fire. Each human move was unpredictable, chaotic, brilliant. Meanwhile, Elena coordinated a secret strike. Deep within the Nevada facility, a new weapon hummed to life. A pulse generator capable of emitting waves that could temporarily disable alien systems over a wide radius. The risk was immense. If misfired, it could destroy the surrounding city. But desperate times demanded desperate measures. Marcus, Elena's voice was tense but resolute. This is it. We strike together. Your team distracts, mine delivers the pulse. Timing is everything. Marcus signaled his squad. They launched their most audacious maneuver yet, diving into the storm of drones, baiting the massive command ship into the canyon near the city's edge. Explosions and energy beams lit the air like a deadly fireworks display. Humans ducked, rolled, and fired with precision, luring the colossal vessel closer to the pulse's epicenter. Elena activated the generator. A deep hum resonated through the canyon as waves of energy surged upward. The alien ship convulsed violently. Drones faltered mid-air, crashing into buildings or each other. Violet shields flickered, then dimmed, then sparked with failures. For the first time, humans saw vulnerability in the enemy's seemingly invincible armor. Marcus and his team pressed the advantage, moving with surgical precision. They weren't just fighting, they were orchestrating a symphony of chaos that only humans could conduct. As night fell, the alien ship, though damaged, withdrew into orbit, retreating for the first time in recorded history. Cities lay in ruins, but the people who remained cheered. Humans had survived, had struck back, and had proven they were not merely prey. Marcus stood atop a collapsed skyscraper, looking at the horizon streaked with smoke and fire. "We can survive," he said, voice quiet but steady. "We can fight, and we can win, not because we're stronger, but because we refuse to surrender, refuse to be predictable, refuse to be defeated." The alien command ship had retreated, but Earth's skies were far from safe. Orbital drones patrolled relentlessly, probing, observing, calculating humanity's every move. Below, cities still smoldered, and survivors whispered tales of the humans who had struck back, stories that spread hope like wildfire. Marcus's squad regrouped in the Nevada facility, bruised, exhausted, yet burning with determination. Their victories had been hard-won, but now a new challenge loomed, discovering the enemy's weakness. They could no longer rely solely on brute force. Intelligence, insight, and timing would determine the next strike. Dr. Elena Torres worked tirelessly over a glowing holo map. Patterns emerged in alien activity, certain energy pulses, specific flight paths, drone behaviors, small inconsistencies that hinted at a vulnerability. "Look at this," she said, pointing to clusters of disrupted drones. "They're not perfect. Even these invaders, these superior beings, have flaws, but they're subtle. You have to hit them in ways they won't anticipate." Marcus leaned over her shoulder, squinting at the display. "Then we hit fast, hard, and unpredictable. We've learned they adapt quickly, but humans are chaos incarnate." Outside, the alien drones roamed like predators in the night, scanning ruins for signs of life. Yet Marcus had noticed something more, a pattern in their aggression, a hesitation before every strike, as if their collective hive mind struggled with certain stimuli. It was faint, almost imperceptible. But in that subtle hesitation lay the key to victory. The team prepared a daring reconnaissance mission to confirm the theory. Equipped with cloaking exosuits and miniature EMP disruptors, Marcus and a small squad infiltrated the ruins of a city still crawling with alien activity. Shadows danced across shattered walls, fires reflected off metallic drone bodies, and the air was thick with tension. Every step felt like walking on a knife's edge. They observed, they measured, they waited, and then the moment came. A drone swarm approached, relentless, precise, and paused. Its shields flickered, its flight faltered for a heartbeat. Marcus signaled to Elena over comms. "That's it. They hesitate at high-frequency pulses. That's our window." Elena's voice was calm but intense. "Then we exploit it. Deploy the sonic disruptors. Focus the pulses on the drone's command nodes. You get one chance at this." Marcus and his squad sprang into action. Portable devices emitted a high-frequency resonance that rippled through the air, invisible yet deadly to alien circuits. Drones faltered mid-air, colliding with one another, crashing into buildings, sparks flying like fireworks in the chaos. Humans moved with precision, exploiting the confusion, striking with everything they had. EMP grenades, energy rifles, even improvised traps from debris. But the aliens were far from helpless. The massive command ship still orbited above, sending reinforcements at alarming speed. Marcus realized that even with a weakness discovered, victory would demand daring, audacity, and sacrifice. Elena guided them remotely. "Marcus, the command ship's energy core has a pulse signature matching the drone hesitation. If we can reach it, if we can destabilize it, the entire fleet could falter." The squad exchanged glances, tension and resolve reflected in every face. This was more than survival. It was the chance to rewrite the war. Marcus led them through collapsing streets and over burning rooftops toward the hidden pulse generator, a device that could project focused resonance beams at the command ship from the ground. Explosions echoed around them as alien reinforcements poured in. Marcus's squad fought like shadows of fury, moving with coordinated improvisation, each human action unpredictable, each strike clever and precise. Every fallen drone was a step closer to proving that intelligence, courage, and adaptability could overcome even the most advanced alien technology. Finally, they reached the generator. Marcus activated it, the machine humming, charging with energy that could shake mountains. Outside, the command ship trembled as the high-frequency pulses struck. Violet shields flickered, then sparked, and the massive vessel rocked, unable to maintain cohesion. Marcus looked up at the sky streaked with fire and smoke. For the first time, humans saw the enemy falter not just in small ways, but fundamentally. The aliens were not invincible. They could be challenged, outsmarted, and defeated. The night sky burned with the remnants of previous battles. Human cities were scarred, smoke rising like black banners against the moon, yet hope had never felt sharper. Marcus's squad had discovered the alien weakness, but knowledge alone did not win wars. Action did. From the Nevada Command Facility, Elena's voice crackled over comms. "Marcus, this is it. The pulse generator is operational. You have one chance to destabilize their command core. If we fail, humanity faces annihilation." Marcus gripped his weapon, eyes fixed on the horizon where the massive alien command ship hovered like a storm cloud. Its hull flickered with residual energy from the previous strike, but it was far from defeated. Swarms of drones patrolled below, aggressive and adaptive, ready to crush anything in sight. The squad advanced cautiously through the ruined streets, stepping over debris, ducking under fallen beams, hearts pounding in synchrony with the generators. Every shadow could conceal a drone. Every building might collapse under alien fire. Every step was a calculated risk. Suddenly, the sky flared with violet beams, orbital strikes from the command ship, precise and deadly. The ground shook, sending Marcus sprawling to cover. Debris rained down, screams echoing across the city, but the humans pressed on, defiance etched into every movement. "This is more than survival," Marcus muttered, rising to his feet. "This is history." They reached the generator's control panel, its metallic surface glowing with pulsing energy. Marcus's fingers flew over the controls, initiating the resonance sequence designed to exploit the alien weakness. Outside, the city trembled as the first waves of high-frequency pulses hit the drones, sending them crashing in spectacular arcs of sparks and fire. But then a deafening roar shook the ground. A massive alien drop pod slammed into the plaza. Ahead, doors splitting open to reveal armored alien warriors unlike any drones they had faced. Towering, brutish, their biomechanical bodies radiated lethal energy. Marcus's squad opened fire, but these creatures were swift, dodging, retaliating, and forcing the humans into desperate hand-to-hand combat. Marcus's rifle hissed with rapid bursts as he leapt over a fallen pillar, striking one of the alien warriors with a grenade. Sparks flew, but two more advanced aliens advanced through the smoke, relentless in their pursuit. "Elena, we need full power, now!" Marcus shouted over comms. From the control room, Elena's fingers danced across the interface. "Increasing pulse intensity, but be ready, Marcus. This will destabilize the command core, but it will also trigger feedback waves. Hold your ground." The air vibrated with energy as the generator unleashed a concentrated resonance beam aimed at the command ship. Violet light lanced upward, hitting the hull with surgical precision. The ship shuddered violently, alarms blaring across human sensors. Drones faltered, shields flickering. Alien reinforcements paused mid-attack, their hive mind disrupted, confusion spreading like wildfire. Seizing the moment, Marcus and his squad fought with unmatched ferocity, improvising deadly traps, collapsing structures onto alien forces, and exploiting every hesitation. The streets became a theater of chaos, human ingenuity against alien might, courage against cold calculation. Above, the command ship convulsed. Massive sections of its hull cracked and splintered, debris raining down into orbit. Energy beams misfired, striking their own drones. For the first time, humanity had not just survived, they had gained the upper hand. Marcus looked around at his squad, battered but alive. "We're not done yet," he said, voice steady despite exhaustion. "But we've shown them something they didn't expect. Humans fight like nothing else in the galaxy, and we don't give up." The alien command ship, struggling to maintain orbit, emitted a shrill, unearthly sound, a warning, a plea, or perhaps a signal of surrender. For the first time, humans felt the tide of the war shifting. The skies above Earth were a battlefield of light and shadow. Violet arcs of energy lanced across the horizon as alien drones fell like raindrops, their hive mind fractured by the humans' cunning attacks. Cities still smoldered, fires painting the night with red and orange streaks, but a glimmer of hope shone brighter than any blaze. Humanity was no longer merely surviving, it was fighting back. Marcus's squad regrouped on a shattered rooftop, overlooking the plaza where the alien command ship hovered precariously. The massive vessel shuddered with every pulse from the ground generator, sparks cascading like meteors into the atmosphere. Yet Marcus knew this was only the beginning. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and everything could collapse. "Elena, status," Marcus demanded, scanning the horizon for signs of alien reinforcements. "We've destabilized their drones, but the command core is still active," she replied. "We need a direct strike at the energy nexus. That's the only way to finish this, or the aliens will regroup and crush every city we've saved." Marcus took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility. "Then we go all in. No holding back. Humanity doesn't surrender." The squad moved through the ruins, weaving between smoke and fire. Alien drones still patrolled, but hesitation in their movements betrayed the chaos within their collective mind. Marcus seized the moment, leading his team with a blend of strategy and improvisation only humans could manage. Collapsing scaffolds, mirror decoys, and improvised EMP traps turned the city streets into a deadly gauntlet for their pursuers. As they neared the plaza, the ground trembled beneath a thunderous roar. The command ship, sensing its vulnerability, deployed its elite guard, towering biomechanical titans armed with plasma blades and devastating energy cannons. Marcus's squad faced them head-on, their weapons a combination of human ingenuity and desperation. The fight was brutal. Sparks and plasma lighting the darkness, every strike a dance of survival and cunning. "Focus on the Nexus," Marcus shouted, dodging a sweeping energy blade. "We need to hit it before they recover!" Elena's voice guided them through the chaos, directing pulse adjustments from the generator. "High-frequency resonance ready. Synchronize your strike with the next wave." Timing was everything. As the massive alien titans advanced, Marcus and his squad launched a synchronized assault. Explosives, precision shots, and daring maneuvers forced the titans back, creating a corridor of opportunity toward the heart of the plaza. The energy nexus, a glowing, pulsing orb at the center of the command ship's landing area, called to them like a beacon of fate. Marcus sprinted forward, dodging debris and plasma blasts. He slammed his hands onto the generator interface, amplifying the resonance beam, focusing it directly on the Nexus. The alien ship shuddered violently, arcs of violet light cascading across its hull. Drones crashed into one another in confusion. The elite titans faltered, and for the first time, the seemingly invincible enemy truly wavered. A massive explosion ripped through the plaza as the Nexus overloaded. Shock waves of energy threw humans and alien warriors alike off their feet. Sparks and debris filled the air, and the command ship convulsed, its hull cracking under pressure. The drone's hive mind collapsed entirely, and alien forces scattered. Leaderless and panicked, Marcus stood, chest heaving, as the generator hummed down. The alien ship, crippled beyond repair, lifted off unevenly before spiraling out of control and disappearing into the upper atmosphere. Silence descended over the battlefield, broken only by the distant crackle of fires and the cheers of surviving humans. Humanity had survived. Humanity had fought. Humanity had won, not because they were the strongest, but because they were relentless, adaptable, and unyielding. Marcus looked across the ruined cityscape, the enormity of their victory settling in. "We didn't just fight," he said, voice steady but tinged with awe. "We reminded the galaxy what it means to be human. We don't give up, we don't surrender, we survive, and we endure." The first light of dawn broke over a scarred Earth, casting golden streaks across ruined cities and shattered landscapes. Smoke still rose from the ruins, but the air felt lighter, charged with a sense of triumph that could not be extinguished. Humanity had survived what many thought impossible. The alien command fleet was broken, its drones scattered, its titans defeated, and its command core destroyed. Marcus stood atop the highest remaining tower in what had once been the heart of the city. The ground below was littered with debris and alien wreckage, silent testament to the war humanity had endured. His squad gathered around him, battered, bruised, but alive. Each face reflected the same mix of exhaustion and fierce pride. They had fought against an enemy that seemed invincible and emerged victorious. Elena's voice came over comms, softer now, tinged with relief. "Marcus, it's done. The aliens are in retreat. Sensors show no organized fleet remaining. Humanity is safe." For the first time in weeks, Marcus allowed himself to exhale. Safe isn't enough. We've survived, yes, but now we rebuild. We adapt. We prepare. The galaxy saw humans as weak, underestimated. But now, they know. Below, Civilians cautiously emerged from shelters, faces wide with disbelief as they witnessed the wreckage of alien technology. Children stared at the fallen titans, sparks flickering over their metallic bodies, eyes filled with a mixture of fear and wonder. Everywhere, survivors began to help one another, removing debris, tending to the wounded, sharing water, food, and the simple comfort of human solidarity. The battle had been brutal, leaving scars on the land and in hearts alike, but it had also awakened a deeper truth. Humanity's strength was more than physical. It was resilience, courage, and unity in the face of the unknown. Where alien forces relied on precision, fear, and brute strength, humans thrived on ingenuity, adaptability, and the unpredictable spark of creativity that no machine or hive mind could anticipate. Marcus walked among the survivors, offering words of reassurance. "We're not the same as before," he said softly, almost to himself. "We've been tested, pushed to our limits, and we've proven that humanity is not just alive. It's unstoppable when it refuses to yield." As the sun climbed higher, a massive holographic broadcast from Global Command lit the skies over every major city. Leaders and scientists addressed the world, recounting the bravery of soldiers and civilians alike, detailing how humans had uncovered the alien weakness and orchestrated a victory that would echo across the stars. The message was clear. Earth was no longer a quiet, overlooked planet. It was a world that had reminded the galaxy why humans were feared, respected, and never to be underestimated. In the aftermath, humanity faced the task of rebuilding. Alien technology offered opportunities to advance, but also warnings of the vigilance required to survive in a universe that no longer ignored Earth. Marcus and Elena, standing side by side, surveyed the horizon. "We've written our own history," Elena said, voice steady. "But now we need to write the future." Marcus nodded. "And that future is human. Not just surviving, thriving. Every challenge, every enemy, every threat, they've all underestimated us. And they will again. But we'll be ready." The camera of memory might have captured ruins and fire, but it also captured courage, determination, and the enduring spark of humanity. In the silent ruins of alien war machines, there was hope. In the ruins of cities, there was ingenuity. In the hearts of survivors, there was an unbreakable will that refused to bow. Humanity had not only fought, they had redefined the rules of engagement in the galaxy. Moral theme. Humanity's true power lies not in technology or weapons, but in resilience, courage, ingenuity, and unity. Even when faced with forces that seem invincible, the human spirit can prevail, adapt, and rise stronger, leaving a legacy that resonates across history and the stars. The galaxy had seen humanity at its most tested, and it had seen what made humans unforgettable. They were not simply survivors. They were the species that rewrote history.